it says in Pasuk that Moshe Rabbeinu took Yehoshua to the Ohel Moed and he talked to him. And Hashem came down and he talked to Moshe Rabbeinu and he told him that it's going to be Hincha Shochi V'Mavosecha. It's going to come a time you're going to die. And the next later generations, they're going to go off the derech and worship Avodah Zorah. And it's going to be V'Chora Pibo, it's going to be V'Azavtim. And they're going to be Ros, Rabbos, V'Tzoros, they're going to be. And the Yidden are going to say, V'Omer Bayamahu Alo Al Ki Ein Elokai B'Kirbi Mitzahuni Al Ros Ha'ili. You know why? We're gonna say by ourselves, because Hashem is not with me. That's why the bad things happen. And what does the next pasuk say? You would expect that if they're already saying, because Hashem is not with me, Hashem will reveal Himself, He'll come back. And Adrabah, v'nochi haste, even a bigger haste.
You're asking like a 4-year-old child.
Sure.
I'm saying this is a shvach.
These questions is what we have to talk about. These questions. So the Ramban talks about it, and I always say it, and I don't stop talking about it. That the Ramban writes in the Akdama. You know what I say always.
I'll repeat it for our new listeners.
I said the Ramban in the Akdama says, why did he write his Sefer on Chumash? It seems that he had to explain himself. When you're writing a Sefer on Chumash, write a Sefer on Gemara. Well, Chumash is Sosum B'Chosum. Said he wrote it on Chumash that the Talmidim Ayefe HaGolus should be misaneg on Shabbos. They should have Oneg Shabbos. They're tired from the Golus. They're worn out. They're drained. They're weak. And he wants them to have Oneg Shabbos. What are they going to have Oneg Shabbos? Kugel, challenge, whiskey. To learn Ramban, that'll be Oneg Shabbos. He knew that I'd say it over all the time, and I'm going to keep saying it for many times to come also.
Once a month we'll let you say it.
Yeah. And these Talmidim Ayefe HaGolus, and he knew that when he writes these pshatim, and I know people nowadays, that they would hear these Rambans, they would say, that's the genius of the Ramban. Well, from that you can have Oneg. From that you can have Oneg Shabbos. I know such people, they would say that. But it seems in those days, the Talmidim of those days, with all the Yush that they have, with all that Yefe HaGolus, they saw these Pashut things Ramban says, and it awakened them to think. It stimulated them, and it was Mamish Oneg Shabbos they had from it. So the Ramban says like this. First of all, when they're going to say Ke'en Elokai B'Kirbi Mitzurni Arosei, it's not a Vidui Gomor. It's a hearer of Charot. It's just a hearer of Charot, not a Vidui Gomor. What does that mean, not a Vidui Gomor? It sounds very Me'urpal, very, vague, unclear.
Now that you mention it, it sounds very good.
Vidui Gomor. What?
They're trying to hold face also. It's very good. It's a beautiful Ramban.
So now
that's
you understand why the Ramban wrote it. So now you do understand what the Talmidim Ayefe HaGolus are going to be Misaneg. But I would like to maybe clarify it more. What does it mean, the Vidui, which is not a Vidui Gomer? And the next pasuk is Vanochi Haster. So he says, what? There's why is he going to be make a Haster? So you would think, because it's not a Vidui Gomer. But to go so far, Haster. So he says the pshat is because the Avera of Avodah Zorah is so chomer, so it's not enough a weak Vidui. So that's why it's going to continue to be a Haster. So he says, but it's not going to be like the first Hester Punim. We said before Kein Elokai Bekirbi. Vistati Ponamayhem. And in Posik Yud Zayin, it says Vistati Ponamayhem. The Posik Yud Ches Haster Haster, it sounds like it's a stronger Hester Ponem. But Bemis, it's a weaker Hester Ponem, says the Ramban. What's the Hester of the second Posik Haster Haster? Says the Ramban. Hester Penei Geula. The Geula is going to still be hidden from them. And they're going to, and then, so what does that mean, man? I don't even know what that means, then, but they're not going to know when the Geula is going to come. So what's the Micah Mashma? It was always that way that we didn't know when the Geula is going to come. Hey, to say that Psukim, it sounds as if the Pasuk is saying that since they made a weak vidui, so now there's going to be this Chadish, a new matziv of Anochi Haster Haster. But they won't know when the Gula, it's not a Chiddush. That was always like that from the beginning.
Can I venture an opinion here?
Yeah.
Shoot, listeners.
Yeah.
If they say it's like taking antibiotics. If you don't take the whole dose, it knocks it out a little bit, but it comes back worse. You do the same thing. You do tshuva. You do a little bit of tshuva, but you don't do the real thing, so it comes back worse. I'm saying the marshal's antibiotic. I think it's very good, if I do say so myself.
Okay, but l'chura, we have a klal that mat min adol charbe min achoshech pischli pesach kechudosh omachad v'ani eftach lachem kepischol shalom. And now the whole chizuk of Breslov is that a little bit is also good, and don't be meyayish every little nekuda. And here it sounds like the opposite of all that. So it's antibiotics. Okay, so in a chaname, there's such a tofa, there's such a phenomenon of antibiotics, but you're being mevatel all the ways of chizuk that we always have heard, and you're comparing it to antibiotics. So, okay, you want to have a discussion?
No. Okay, no.
I don't care.
No, you
do what you want. So the Ramban says that they'll stay, and then the Ramban adds that they'll stay with the promise of Lamastim, Logaltim, Lachalosim. That means Hashem promised that even in Golus, Hashem is going to be with us. And all because the Vidui was not a Vidui Gomer. Now, you have to understand all this. I was thinking to explain. So again, two nekudas are what I want to try to explain over here. The nekuda of the weak vidui, what is it? And the nekuda of the Hester Pnei Geula, that it seems that it was nischadish now. What's the chidush in that? And another thing is, what's the big onish of Hester Pnei Geula? I mean, are we suffering or are we not suffering? But what's Hester Pnei Geula? They have a new kind of suffering. Now, it's Yodua. The Svasemis brings it. It must be in Allah and others for him also. The Svasemis in this parasha Tov Reish Lamed Tez. He brings from the what? No, this is his own. He says, he brings from the Rav HaKadosh mi Parshischa. Rabbunim of Parshischa said that when they say Kein Elokai Bekirim Mitzuni Arosa, it's a chet to say that. What could be the chet to say that? So Ein Elokai Bekirbi. Elokai is Bekirbi in every situation. Ain't Shum Yush Ba'olam Klal. You don't believe in that? Hashem loves you no matter how far you fall, how low you are, wherever matzav you're into. Hashechin itam b'sochtum osam, it says. So what are you saying? Ain't Elokai Bekirbi. You should have said Yesh Elokai Bekirbi, but I was master. I was master that Elokus. What are you saying? Ain't Elokai Bekirbi. It's like, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like you want to stay the same and talk frum. You ever heard of such a thing? You know, that some people, that they talk from talk, and they stay the same thing, whether it's tivers or whether it's money or whether it is. What means it to talk from? What are you talking from? Be from? What are you talking from? Ein Elokai b'kirbi. Say, I put a machitza in front of Hashem. Say like that. So according to that, you can understand what the Ramban is saying. Eino vidui goma. The Ramban, he says that when they say Ein Elokai, when we say, it's better not to say they say, it's better to talk on ourselves. When we said Ein Elokai b'kirbi mitzvuni aros ha'eleh, the Ramban says it's a weak video. What's the weak video of it? Of course it's something. To know that Hashem, to bring Hashem into the picture is always a good thing. You can't erase it altogether. You can't be mevatwa. But what are you talking about? What is Hashem? As if Hashem, as if we have a deal, we have a bargain that I give and He gives, and He's not here. He's because of us. Say like, how does it say? Like Yonah Novi said, B'shali asara godol hazeh aleichem. I made the Sarah Godol. And Hashem is here all the time. His mom is here with us. And we don't want to know about Him. I heard from Rav Yosef ben Porat that he said that you're asking, where was Hashem in the Holocaust, they asked. There's such a question that people used to say, where was God in the Holocaust? Well, he said, Rabbi Yosef ben Porat said, what do you mean, where was God? You threw Him out, that's so He's not here. You threw Him out. You started a reform movement, and you want to uproot Yiddishkeit and not keep Torah, and you want to be like the Goyim. So you're going to say, where was God? How can you talk like that? So he says, but the Ramban makes it easier for Yidden. The Ramban says, Avidu, it is. Ein Elokai b'kirbi, it is Avidu, but it's a weak Avidu. So according to Rabbunim, we can understand very good what the weak Avidu is. Now, the Pasuk goes weiter. And what's going to happen after that? If after the Ein Elokai b'kirbi, says the Ramban, what does that mean? I'm going to be master the Pnei Agul. And the words of the Ramban seem to be Soshim v'chosim. What does that mean? Master Pnei Agul. The Zman of the Gula was always Beheshter. Nobody ever knew. I think the Pshat is like this. The same Sfas Emes, the same piece. In the beginning of that piece, the Sfas Emes says, Aster, Pirashnu, he says. So I don't know where's the Pirashnu, it must be someplace else, but he says it just very big kitcher in one line. Aster, the Hester itself will be Hester. That means they won't know that we're in a Hester Punim. The Hester... And they're going to say, that means, again, the same thing. So Semes is saying, that it's not true, the Ein Elokai b'kirbi. Elokai is Yeh b'kirbi, Hashem is always here. It's only what? You hid Him, you made Him be hidden. And you're going to be punished for saying, Ein Elokai b'kirbi, the punishment is going to be that you're not even going to know that you caused it. You're going to think that this is a normal matzav, that it's supposed to be like this. Yeah, true, you talk from talk, Ein Elokai b'kirbi, but it can't be it can't change. Nothing can change. Everything is going to stay. Everything is going to stay the same. That means that there's, and that's called, I would say that's what the Ramban means. Aster, what's the lashon of the Ramban is? Sheyu behester pnei agula. They're not going to know when the gula. What is it? What's the difference? The date? The date is what's important. When the gula is going to come. I think what the Ramban means here is to
We'll take a break now for a few seconds. Rav Kaplan.